close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And
good morning from an at-home day. My main goal for today is we're going to be having an at-home day, and we only have 2 at-home days for our work week this week. So my main goal for today is to start going through our pre-travel checklist, because it won't be long before we're leaving, and we also have other things going on between now and leaving for a 16-day trip. And like Matt has a vacation weekend there that is mandatory, he has to take it. Our church has VBS, so like we just have a lot in between then. So there's a lot of things I need to go ahead and have ready before the month of July even begins. So right now I'm working on laundry, because the first thing on my travel checklist is pre-laying out clothes for the trip. And this is to make sure that I don't need to do any additional clothing shopping, because clothing shopping is something that doesn't have to be last minute. My goal is to try to get as much of the clothing shopping done ahead of time as possible. So one of my goals for today is to just pre-lay out clothes and see what all I'm going to need for, again, a 16-day road trip, you know, well in advance. So I'm going to finish up folding this laundry, and then I'm going to start laying out the clothes that I need for said road trip. Item number 2 on my pre-travel checklist that I really want to get done today while we are at home, and you can hear the washer, maybe, I don't know, the mic may cut all that out, but the washer and dryer is going beside the camera. But I need to open this up, and what this is this is our stock up freezer, and I need to go through here and see what is in here for our post-vacation meal plan. And what I like to do is slowly leading up to the trip buy 1 extra meal a week of items that can go straight into the freezer and not really anything that has to go in the refrigerator. And I go ahead and put them in there. There are other things that I will put like in the pantry, like for example, protein bars, and all of that is going to end up being the full post-vacation meal plan. It's going to end up being a members only video that you will see either during or right after our trip.
till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways. And on we'll go.
Checklist item number 3 is today I really need to actually start packing. The packing I'm doing today is not clothes, it's not, although I probably could do that. I could probably start doing that. The thing is, I really don't want like suitcases already setting up, but we probably could start doing that. But also, like, some of the stuff I know the kids want to wear on the trip, they'll probably wear for our at-home mandatory vacation a couple weeks before, and they'll also want to wear for like VBS. So that's the reason why I haven't started like hardcore suitcase packing yet. But this definitely needs to go ahead and get packed. I need to go ahead and pack all 7 of these. I need to pack our documentation for the puppy, and I just need to gather up all of the travel documents into one place.
close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
Fourth thing that we're going to be doing on our checklist today is I'm going to be making my last minute packing list. I start doing this ahead of time because that way when I'm looking around the house, I'm like, oh, I need to grab that. Oh, I need to grab that. Ooh, I need to buy that. I need to do this on the way out the door. I need to do this right before we leave the dog for the day. So I will actually do this one on my phone. There are still some things that I write down. I have a whole book sitting beside me where I actually write a lot of my information down. But this is one of those things that I will put on my phone. That way it's something I'm not going to lose. And also, hopefully, if I have my phone in my hand, I actually am going to, remember my phone on the way out the door. And our map is on my phone, and a lot of the GPS coordinates to the places that we're traveling to on my phone. So, for instance, some of the things that are on the last minute list that I've already put on here are backpack, which sometimes the backpacks get left in the van, so we need to remember to get them out of the van. Sunglasses, Matt and I keep our sunglasses clips in there. There's some extra last minute bedding things that we need: air mattress, pump, extra bedding, and we need to remember to bring our pillow pets. When my kids were just 2 and 4 years old, they received their first pillow pet. Then when my youngest was born, she received hers for her first birthday. Pillow pets have been something that my grandmother bought because she wanted the kids to have the same childhood that I did. Going out, exploring, seeing new places, visiting family, and that is something that is at the core of who we are. So it's been super fun over the years to just take the pillow pets with us on almost every adventure that we have been on, from going to Michigan to going to camping at Lewiston Point for the first time to a trip on Christmas Eve. The pillow pets have gone with us almost everywhere that we have gone. They make a great companion to hug on the way to the trip. They make a wonderful friend to sleep with at night, and it's just a comfort item from home to bring with us so that everywhere we go becomes our home. So if you are interested in buying a pillow pet for yourself, there is a code linked in the bottom using our code thishomeschoolingadventure where you can receive 10% off a purchase of a pillow pet of your choice. Now let's get back to our pre-travel checklist for our upcoming amazing adventure that the pillow pets are going on with us. The last 4 items on our checklist, items 5 through 8, are things that I actually cannot do like right this second. Well, the last one I could, but they're not things that I can do like right this second. So I'm going to pretty much finish up for today with these last 4 things, but I'm going to share them with you. The first thing, or the 5th thing on here that I need to do, is I'm going to be confirming travel dates with our dog sitter. The first thing I want to do was to make sure that the dates line up with what she could do. And thankfully, her week for that was already free, and we booked her as early as we could. The next thing on here, and this may not be for everybody, but this works for us. I wrote down notify trustworthy neighbors of travel plans. I have 2 neighbors who are amazing. You guys blew up my Instagram loving on a video that a short video that I filmed earlier this year. At Rebecca's birthday, our brakes went out, and I filmed a short video about one of those 2 neighbors. Go check that Instagram video out. I don't know if I can link that in a YouTube video, but I will try. But yeah, I did a short video about what he did, and he was just so super sweet. And then we also have another neighbor who he's kind of like the not like a guardian, but like a watchdog for our neighborhood. Like, he watches everybody. So we always try to notify those two of like, hey, there might be this weird car while you don't see any of us outside or walking the dog or any of that. And we try to leave them like a small gift as well of like saying, hey, thank you for watching our house. Thank you for not calling the police when you saw my dog sitter's car at our house, and, you know, things like that. And I mean, it's still 50-50 if our van's going to be here or if it's going to be at another house while we're gone. But that is something that we do. And if you don't have neighbors that you can do that with, try to find some way of letting people know, like, hey, if you see a strange car at my house, don't call police, or something of that nature. It's kind of hard to do that. And I mean, I think in some areas you can actually like notify the police ahead of time on a non-emergency system, but for us in the rural area that we live, it just works to have two trusty neighbors that we can contact with. The next one is something I cannot do until 1 week before travel, and it's notify the bank of travel plans. Right before we took our Disney trip, Matt actually had a coworker who also went to Disney, and because it was like it was just like us, it was their first family vacation. Their bank cut their card off because they went outside their normal traveling boundaries, where they normally go for their everyday life. So they assumed that somebody had stolen their card and went to Disney with it. We did that, and our bank said, even if you think it's not a thing and we understand that you guys travel a lot, it's still better to let us know. That way it's already on paperwork of, hey, they're traveling, and then we can just put it on there. Especially with us crossing the Canadian border this time, I really want to make sure that we have it nailed down that the bank is going to be called before we leave on this trip. And the last thing that I have on here is to have cash at hand before we leave. So we paid the dog sitter in cash because that just works better to have it in an envelope here at the house for her, instead of having to worry about like, did we Venmo it, did we not, and also worry about having money in the bank for the dog sitter. Whereas we can get the cash out ahead of time and have it ready for her in an envelope. And normally what I do is I put it in an envelope with her with the updated Wi-Fi password, Disney Plus password, Paramount Plus password, anything on there. And then we also have a thing that we put on our fridge that is just like little reminders of like Chubby's normal routine around the house, how often he likes to be walked, how many times a day he gets fed, how we don't give him water until right before he goes out, which works really well for him, things like that. And then I also, this time, we have started paying a family with 3 kids in Boy Scouts who mow our yard for us, and doing that has allowed us to be able to work on more of the detailed stuff in our yard now. We've specifically asked them to mow the week that we're gone. That way it looks more like we're on our normal routine while we're gone. And the trip has actually been extended a little bit longer than what we thought it was going to for the girls and myself, but that'll be covered during the vacation footage. So like, we definitely want to make it look like there's more of our normal daily routine. That is it for our 8 tips for pre-travel checklist of things that I needed to do. I knocked out so much today just filming this video for you guys and actually taking care of it. And I'm sorry a lot of it was, this last bit was just sitting and talking, but like, I can't show you confirming dates with my dog sitter, and I can't show you talking to the neighbors, or show you calling my bank and giving them my information. And I can't like physically, well, I could have probably like showed you putting cash in all of it, but I'm not ready to do that yet. But those are the 8 things that we do for our travel checklist. Thank you again to Pillow Pets for sponsoring this video. Don't forget that there is a 10% off code in the description below, and any purchase you make goes to help us pay for our bucket list adventures with the kids. We actually have one that we're wanting to do like immediately when we get back for one of the girls' birthdays. And then hopefully next year for our 20-year anniversary, Sweet 16 for one of the girls. 2 of the girls are graduating. My youngest will have completed 10th grade at age 14, right at just turned 14. We are very, very much hoping to do a land and see Disney because my adopted daughter has never been to Disney. And so we're trying to make that work, and that works because you guys support us. You either purchase Pillow Pets, purchase stuff through Amazon affiliate links, or just by watching these videos with the ads, liking, commenting, positive comments, subscribing, all of that helps. And thank you so much for doing all of those things, and we look forward to seeing you on our next adventure and in our next video. We'll go.
I know